what you think that I'm packing. To protect mine, I keep it on my lap and drive slow like the turtle, straight relaxing. Ain't no acting, we selling out caskets. 2 for 1, I shoot the one, ain't no scrapping. Got more money than the city that I'm repping. How? Where I'm from, New York, you know. Got more dough than that pizza shop you order from. Which one? Domino's, get your paper up.
Welcome to the show. I'm your host, Rick H. And of course, I'm always joined by my brother, Benny Banks.
Yo, what's good? I'm here. I'm in the building.
Oh, we only get that one piece?
That one time.
Yo, that's it, bro.
Yo, I'm here too.
Yo,
I'm here too.
throw it.
I'm here too. I'm here too.
And I'm also joined by my
Thank you.
brother, Craze Boogs.
Thank you.
Thank
I'm
you.
here. I'm in the building too.
Okay,
He's in the
he's
building.
here as well.
And our guest today is the man behind the
your boy Ceze.
Nike Air Force
Is in the
Let's
C's.
go.
C's is here in the
Mr.
building.
De Lo Mio
In the
himself.
building.
Mr. De Lo Mio himself.
In the building.
Not just Mr. and 625 Industries as well.
625 Industries.
Word.
So,
So-
himself.
Can we just stop saying who made these sneakers? He's right here. He just
This is
doesn't
the
make
guy.
these
The guy.
sneakers only.
This is
This is
the
the
guy.
guy.
The guy.
He's the guy.
The guy.
So C's on IG. Well, his name is Cesar. But
Yeah.
C's on IG. You from the Heights though?
Nah, I'm from Corona, Queens.
Let's go. Shout out Queens.
Yeah, shout out
Damn.
Queens.
Specifically Corona.
Let's go
718,
Mets.
Hold on,
718.
time out. Born and raised in Queens?
Nah, I actually was born in Santiago.
There you go.
Alright.
There we go.
La Chaca.
Hey, let's go.
Okay.
I'm from Nivaje.
Okay, okay.
Shout out Lo Pepino.
That's how you know you
Lo
ain't.
Pepino.
Oh,
Shout out Lo
shit.
Pepino.
Yeah.
Shout
I
out.
see you.
Word. I got my haircut there when I was in
That's where you
when I
gonna
was
get
there
your
in December.
Hell yeah.
Shout out to Chio. Chio's Barbershop and Lo Pepine.
Los Pepines.
Payola. Yo te
So
salvo.
how long did you, like you were born in DR, raised in DR?
Nah, I moved to New York by the time I was 1, and I was raised in New York.
And they brought you straight to
Yeah,
Queens.
Straight to Queens.
Not many Dominicans in Queens in that point.
That's not true.
Nah, actually, Corona had a huge.
Corona specifically. Yeah, that shit. is-
Corona
I mean,
was
we
a
still
Dominican
overrun
hotspot.
by
So nice
Colombians.
Nah, not Corona.
Really?
Not Corona.
I live in Queens, so I need to go to Corona.
Now it's changed actually, but growing up in the 90s and 2000s there, that was a full 100% Dominican neighborhood. It wasn't until like early 2000s where it started transitioning to like a Mexican, South American neighborhood.
Salvadorians.
Yeah,
Salvadorian.
yeah. But that was like a real like Dominican.
Those are all the Dominicans I think that moved to PA.
Yeah, word.
So we need to shout
Shout out Allentown.
Shout out to Allentown.
Anytime a Dominican person does something or creates something, yo, he's from up. He has to be from uptown.
Yeah, he has to.
He gotta be from the Heights.
Let's get this straight.
You're not from the Heights.
Not from the
So
Heights.
you're not Dominican
Not
now.
from
That's
the Heights.
the
Corona all
that's
the
the
way.
stance people
Corona,
take.
Corona, baby.
This gentleman is from Santiago. What the fuck you talking about? He's more Dominican.
He's
Well,
more
you-
No,
Wait,
first of all, I
hold
was
on.
born here, but I was raised in DR, in Santiago, in Villa Olga. So I even went to school out there. You know, shout out to Santa Ana.
Yo, so do me a favor. Tell me 2 sentences in Spanish right now.
I will do that for you.
Go.
I will
go,
do that for you.
go.
Tell me which ones.
Hold on a second.
Read the next 2 lines in
Hoy
Spanish.
en el show. Show.
Ah.
Hoy en el show estamos entrevistando a César Pérez de Santiago.
Shout out.
Shout out, stupid. Shout out to Mr. Nueva York.
Mr. Nueva York, shout out.
Yo, he FaceTimed us earlier.
He did.
Good to see.
He was actually gonna come, and Caesar said that he would, it would have been cool if he
I
would
was,
have came out.
I was a little upset when he didn't make it.
Damn.
I'm a big fan.
Yo, that's funny how you said Cho y shout out when you were talking about it, and we were just talking about how Dominicans change fucking. We
Make their own
basically
English.
make our own Spanish words
From the English.
from English words.
So besides the shoe, right? 625 Industries. What is that? Like, what exactly do you do?
625 Industries, the best way for me to describe it is from a business standpoint, it's like a creative / design agency. But from from what I represent, to me, it's an innovation company. You know what I'm saying? Which our goal is, I try to recruit like-minded individuals, people who I believe in, who believe in me. You know what I'm saying? And we try to make the world a better place.
A fucking revolution.
You know what I'm saying?
That's what I'm talking about, right? We're talking about revolution.
We were talking about
We were
revolution.
talking about revolutions.
Shout
Yo,
out
it
to
sounds like you
I think
you
you're on
building
the
a
right
fucking
show.
army over there, bro. That's what it sounded like to me.
we building an army, but it's definitely not for war.
A navy.
Yeah.
For change.
Art for change. Yeah. We building an art army.
Let's go.
A creative army.
Tell us a little bit more about you, though, man. Queens. You mentioned the Dominican side, but what other, aside from that, what was the other influences? I feel like made you go into like this sneaker shit. Like I feel like in my mind, I understand the love of the sneaker. How you transitioned from being somebody that like goes out and spends like their fucking what's the shit you get, like their the tap and pel money
The tap pel
from the CUNY. Shout out CUNY.
Shout out CUNY.
Shout out financial aid. I definitely bought a lot of sneakers off my financial aid.
I know you fucking.
I had a full scholarship.
Hell
So
yeah.
shout out to the Pell Grant.
The Pell Grant, that's the one.
There you go.
Yo, how you take it from being somebody who spends their Pell Grant money on the new kicks that's coming out to like now being like basically in the building with that shit, you know, like
It's crazy, number one, just to be in that position. But I've always been really into just like clothes and fashion and design, you know what I'm saying? Like buildings, art. So to me, it was always just like kind of like a natural step. You know, it was always something that like, as a kid, I share a birthday with Michael Jordan. So I tell people all the time, like, I feel like I was born into the Nike family. Cause like Michael Jordan was my first like major influence.
shout out Michael Jordan.
I love basketball. Shout out Michael Jordan.
I already ride motorcycles.
With bootcut jeans.
I'm gonna guess he's that far.
Yo, before we were shooting,
let's
Rick
stop this myth.
was talking about some myth.
I'm gonna guess he's that
Hold
far.
on, if everybody knows
No,
that
no,
Michael
no,
Jordan
I'm not
with
even-
bootcut jeans.
I'm not even gonna say it because we're not gonna give that shit no traction. We're gonna kill it.
Let's
Michael Jordan don't wear
let's not,
bootcut
let's
jeans.
not kill my man. He wears bootcut jeans, but he don't ride the bike with them.
With the
He
bootcut.
wears the bootcut jeans with the 19s.
Let's go.
That's
That's not. Alright. So you share a birthday with him? That's fucking crazy, bro.
Yeah. So I tell people all the time, like, I feel like I'm a Nike baby, you know what I'm saying? Like, Tinker Hatfield was one of my biggest influences as a kid, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was into the whole everything about Jordan.
And you also mentioned the hoodie. One of his gems was
the reflector. Yeah. I
You got
brought
a
a
sample?
sample with me. Yeah.
Wait,
see.
wait,
Oh,
wow,
time.
Let's
So this
go.
is the outside of it.
with the reflector.
With the
on it.
reflective on it.
Fire.
The design on the outside actually was inspired by my man Leo Velasquez that died. That's why you have this reflector that hangs over the arm. That's something he used to do on his garments, and I just kind of want to like give that nod to him. You have a little bit of red and blue on the strings, but the inspiration is the escudo, you know, the flower that comes on the side. So that's kind of like what you see on the strings. República Dominicana on the sleeves. I don't know if the camera could catch all the details,
Justin
but
got that shit.
República Dominicana on the sleeves. And my favorite part, actually, I wear stuff inside out all the time.
So L Boogs got the sweater, and his
hold
favorite
up.
part
That's
of the
fine.
sweater is this part. And I thought this was a separate sweater. I had no idea.
It's the same sweater because I wanted it to be something that like people like, oh, if you want to be clean, you could be clean. But if you want it to be a little bit more like stand out.
Boom.
Yo.
Boom. So give me the significance of this, Diane.
Alright, so basically what I did was I took the island of the Dominican Republic. Well, not the island, but I took the Dominican Republic and flipped it and mirrored it, and then the island of Manhattan, and I created kind of like this dystopian like island, which to me is like the island that all Dominicans wish existed. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Which is basically like New York City and DR in one. If they could
Like
just
Washington
drive,
Heights.
Like the
yeah, if they could just
That
drive
just
from
fucking
Washington
happened.
Heights
Yeah.
to La Romana, you know, I think Dominicans would be very happy. So I created that. And two, it was just like a reference, like when I was doing the shoe, like I was telling them all the time, like, it's like as Dominicans, we're one of the few people I feel that have 1 foot in the island and 1 foot here.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? As much as like we're in New York, we're thinking about DR, we send money back to DR all the time.
Yeah.
So that was a huge inspiration for the shoe. So I wanted to like create a piece of art that kind of mimicked that. You know what I'm saying? So so I created this island, República de Lo Mio, that like I said is the Dominican Republic and Manhattan in one. And then down here you have a little explanation with the reference number, which is actually my man Leo's birthday, which is June 25th.
Dang.
So I thought that would be super dope, is to include him, like,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying, like
That's
on
fire,
the
man.
Yeah,
garment,
it's tough.
especially just because of how much he's influenced me in everything I've done.
Right.
So so this is that hoodie.
That's fire, bro. Rest in peace, Leo.
Word.
Rest in peace, Leo. Much love.
That's crazy, man. That's a dope.
That's,
To be honest, bro,
That dope, the concept and everything.
just flipping
Yeah.
the shit inside out blew my mind, and that's not even like,
Yeah.
you know what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
I feel like that in itself, besides like what's inside, you know, that the thinking of doing
Yeah.
this
Just
shit,
the
that shit
yeah,
dope.
exactly.
That
Like
shit was dope.
I don't
like, I've
think
never
there's
seen
ever.
some shit like that.
That's what I was.
But that's
Like, it's two sweaters, basically, but
Yeah.
it's not.
but it's not.
Yeah, but it's not. Because you're not supposed to flip it inside out.
Yeah.
But just in case you want
you
to think
feeling brave.
outside of the box, you want to
Yeah,
look
you
out.
feeling brave.
But that's
Yeah.
always been my thing, like in
That's
the sense of
fire.
like I like to think outside the box.
Fire.
As a self-taught designer, as a self-taught basically everything, I don't approach things from like the normal, like, oh, this is how you're supposed to do it.
Right.
I'm normally like, oh, this is how you supposed to do it. What else can we do?
Yeah.
Like, can we turn it this way? Can we do it this way? Like, I'm always about exploring just like something different. I remember one of the most vivid memories I had as a kid was flying into LaGuardia or JFK and seeing all those lights. You know what I'm saying? Like, when you
Yeah.
fly into DR, you don't see that. You know what I'm
That's
saying?
true.
So, like, flying into New York and you see all these buildings and all these lights,
Yeah.
to me, it was like one of my most vivid, like, memories as a kid. You know,
That's
being
that's
born in
crazy.
the Dominican Republic and coming over here, like I said, those lights were everything. So, like, that's why the 3M is on the back, the front, and the swoosh. I really tried to get the stitching to be all 3M, but I don't know if they didn't have the technology or what it was.
Somebody actually asked, what's the meaning behind, you know, some of the elements that you threw in there.
Well,
We'll
the,
talk
ele-
afterwards.
the elements top to
I'm gonna
bottom, like, is all meaning. So, like, for instance, if you look at the shoe has like a little shimmer to it, and it's because that leather is a special leather. In the case of, like, if it's dirty, you just need a wet towel and it wipes right clean. That leather on that shoe is like dirt proof as much as possible and rain resistant. So the inspiration behind that was dominoes, right? Like, when you think about dominoes, like you play with them outside, you play with them everywhere, they stay white.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
and like
true.
that
That's
coat that the domino has,
Yeah.
I wanted it to translate to the coat on the shoe.
Fire.
You know, so that was that part. And then you have the bottom, right? The bottom, the reason why it was translucent is number one, the inspiration was the Air Force One stash, the first one he did, which was the high tops, and he had put the milk sole and like had signed the bottom of them.
Right.
That was really the inspiration for the sole. So it was just me taking inspiration from like my key or my favorite shoes and like putting it into this one shoe. Like, Air Force One is my favorite sneaker.
Now Ceze can actually show us the paper and the box.
Oh, yeah,
I mean, there's a
yeah.
bunch of YouTube artists that have done this before, but he
yeah,
can
we
actually
can-
explain
we can-
what the paper
We can
means.
take this
Unbox.
out.
Oh, there's actually.
That's what he said. He wrote that stuff, right?
Yeah, so it comes with a full set of dominoes.
Let's go.
Oh,
Yeah,
shit.
A lot of people don't know
You
that.
can lace them, right? With
Yeah,
the,
you
I
can
seen
lace-
that.
you
That's
can
what I seen too.
You can
yeah.
lace them.
You can put the dominoes
You
with
can
the
put
laces.
the dominoes and the laces?
Those are fire.
That's fire.
What is this, like a 15?
Size 11 and a half.
Oh shit,
Oh,
that's
look,
my
there's
size.
two cards in
What
here.
size is that?
That's my size.
11 and a half.
That was 11 and a half?
Yeah.
Oh, yours is
The 2 9 and a half.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But that was 11 and a half, yeah. Probably.
That's just beautiful.
Yo.
Yeah,
So
I like,
this-
I like the domino
Yo.
shit. I didn't really. I
First
forgot
of all,
about this shit.
it's in
you-
English and Spanish.
Did you think about the dominoes thing? You were the one that put that in there?
Bro, he thought about everything.
Damn.
Now, wrapping in a Nike
That's
sneaker,
fucking, yo.
it's like that regular gift wrapping paper.
Yeah.
But this one's a little different.
It's totally different. So it got those words that it has like on that card that it comes with, but then it also has just like photos. So you see an empanada. This is actually a building uptown. The fruits, the
This
vegetables.
is the the bus terminal.
Yes,
GW bus
yes,
terminal.
GW bus
Yeah.
terminal.
Yeah.
And just different signage that to me, like I
There's
said,
a bodega here, and then bodegas are no longer allowed to have their signs
What?
anymore.
What?
So
Well, no, wait,
shout
what?
out to
Is that real?
these are the Mero they passed a law where some bodegas gotta take their sign.
These is a Merrill passed that law, bro?
No.
Passed the law that you
So they
can't-
highlighted that in the last episode. Some bodegas gotta
I was
take their
about to
signs
boycott
out.
them dudes, bro.
What?
That's crazy.
There's 2 cards of this here. Did Nike make a mistake?
No, it's just one card.
No, there's one in here.
Oh yeah, they got 2 cards. Yeah.
Oh, you know
Nike
how
made
many
a mistake.
bodegas that pass by with the fucking sign?
Oh, these shits are heavy. So I want to thank you because you don't really do interviews. I want to thank you for coming on and doing the interview with us. So I really do appreciate that. Anything you do, you know we're gonna push it. We pushed it before you even came on.
Word. Thank you.
Right.
Shout out to you and everything you do. Shout out to my man Antoine sitting in the back.
Yo,
Word. Shout out to my man Juan. My
Shout out
man
to
Juan.
And
Juan
also-
John in the building.
I want to shout out to my man Mike.
Shout out my man Mike, Dominican
mayor.
Power.
Dominican Power.
Let's go.
Mike
That
the
as
mayor.
FaceTime. I only pick up FaceTime if it's like, the Lo Mio for real. And him and C's.
That's my brother. Word.
my man,
That's
so.
my people.
Yo, shout out Corona again.
Shout out to Queens, baby.
Shout out to
I just want
Queens.
to throw that out there.
Shout
I'm
out
from the
to
Heights, but
Brooklyn.
shout out to Queens. I live in Queens.
Shout
now.
out to Uptown.
I don't
Shout
know
out to the
them
Bronx.
boroughs. I don't know.
Shout out to everybody
Queens, baby.
everywhere.
Shout out to the sneaker plug.
Shout out to the
Shout out to
sneaker
the
plug
sneaker
coming
plug.
through with them
My
extra
sneaker
kicks
plug.
for
Shout
your
out to
boy.
everybody.
My pops and the family's gonna be very excited.
Let's go. Shout out Pop Deuce.
We'll see you next time. Yo, C's, thanks, man.
Yo.
I
No
dead ass
problem,
really
no
do
problem, no
appreciate it,
problem.
my brother.
Yo, super love, super love.
Get your paper, I'm from money making Manhattan. So what you think that I'm packing? To protect mine, I keep it on my lap and drive slow like the turtle, straight relaxing. Ain't no acting, we selling out caskets. 2 for 1, I shoot the 1, ain't no scrapping. Got more money than the city that I'm repping. How? Where I'm from, New York, you know. Got more dough than that pizza shop you order from. Which one? Dominoes, get your paper up, go and get your paper up. Get your paper up, go and get your paper up. Get your paper up, go and get your paper up. Go and get your paper up, get your paper up. Get your paper up, go and get your paper up. Get your paper up, go and get your paper up. Get your paper up, go and get your paper up. Go and get your paper up, get your paper up. Get your paper up, go and get your paper up. I'll tell you, straightforward, no run around. I'm going straight forward, I ain't backing down. Mi casa ain't your casa, so get out of town. Y'all say y'all making noise, but I don't hear a sound.